Hey folks, old Bart Wilson and Sweetie Pie here today on Sunday, May the 23rd. We're going to shoot the Sunday Funday here for you, but I'm going to talk to you a minute. We had a Sweetie Pie back there making googly eyes and all that. I don't know, she blew me kisses a while ago. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I just want to let y'all know, me and Sweetie Pie, we have had one fun weekend this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We done something last week. We tried something new last week. And every afternoon last week, we each had a couple of chores to do in the afternoon when we got home from work. So we done this so it would free up our weekends because we get so tired of doing housework on the weekends and all. Yard work, housework, and just never getting rested. So anyway, so we tried this new way. Actually, Flossie came up with it. Sweetie Pie.
I do come up with some good ideas.
Yeah, she had a good idea. So anyway, all last week we had all our chores done. So this weekend, me and Sweetie Pie ain't done nothing but play. Been a play weekend. So yesterday morning we went down yonder. I carried her to the beach yesterday. And I took her down there. I was really good to her. I took her down there. I got a little bucket and a little shovel. And she sat on the beach and made sandcastles all day and mud pies. So she's just so happy. She was happy as a lark. But anyway, it took me an hour to wash all the sand off of her though, to get her in the truck to bring her home. But we got back home, stopped, and we had us a slice of pizza and Lord, a slice of pizza this place we went to
was like 3.
Yeah, that pizza pan was that big around. We went with another couple and the pizza pan was about that big around. It was about a 16-inch pizza.
And we each got a slice of pizza.
And each person's slice is a quarter of the pizza.
That's right.
So one pizza only serves 4 people. It was huge. But by Lord, that salad we had was awesome too. But
delicious.
anyway, y'all not here to hear about all that. Y'all here to hear us carve and watch us carve.
We just hope that all of you guys
we
had a fantastic weekend
we just want to let y'all know we have had a stupendous weekend. And this afternoon we're going to throw some steaks and scalloped taters on the pellet grill. So anyway, I'll let you know how that goes next week. But anyway, we're going to get to our carving. Enough of that foolishness. We're going to get back to our carving. Now, let me see how I want to proceed with this real quick. Okay. All right. This is our project. This is how far we got last week. Okay. Now, what we got to do today is bring the ears out and start shaping that head. But I got to talk to you about something when you go to carving heads and faces. Okay. When you carve a head, everybody's head has got a certain shape, whether it's pear-shaped, heart-shaped, square-shaped, oval, round, whatever, okay? Now, the way I found out about this was, collecting carving books, and I've got some right here that talks about that. Okay, and these, I'm going to show you these, and if you have them, you can go back and read through. I never realized people had different shaped heads. Okay, I didn't, when I started carving, I didn't know that. I didn't, but I got to read, and one of the first books I got when I started carving was this book right here. It's Carving Blockheads by Steve Prescott. And he talks about head shapes in a chapter in here. This is actually a good book because he talks about hands and heads. And you can see right here the different shaped heads. That's where I first started realizing there was head shapes, okay? So there. She's laughing at me because she's about to give me hand signals. She looks like she's trying to flag in a 747 back there. I don't know what she's doing back there. She might have the rickets. I don't know. But anyway, this is another book. he taught, this is the Marv Kaisersack book, and I'm showing you these. This is good reference material to get and read about. Now this book right here, you want to know about carving caricature heads and laying them out and drawing them and all, this is the book you need to try to get a hold to. Now this book here is about $30, but it's worth it. Because there's a lot of information in this book right here, folks. And this is Creating Character Heads by Marv Kaisersack. Lots of good information in here, okay? Tells you a lot in here. These are the things, these are the books that I started with and have used. I still go back and reference them every now and again. But these are the ones that I have used to help me see a head in a block of wood with nothing there, just a naked block of wood. Now this book here, this is my newest book. This is a good book too. Not a lot of instruction, but it does show head shapes and nose shapes and ear shapes and eye shapes and all kinds of different shapes of the face and the relationships and all. And this is a good reference book. I'll get this book when I'm kind of bored, and I'll just kind of thumb through and just kind of look, and it's just some reference material I'm showing y'all, okay? So, with all that foolishness, we're going to get to work on our head. So, now I don't know how y'all's is. Y'all gonna have to decide what shape head you want. But the way I've got mine blocked out is he's kind of got a short head, so he's kind of going to have a it's going to be either round or pear, kind of a pear-shaped head. But pear-shaped heads work good on bald figures, but I don't necessarily want my guy to be bald. So I'm going to start taking these ears out, and then I'll start kind of looking at that as we go, okay? So with that being said, let me get my safety stuff on, and we'll get to work. And another thing too, I wanted to tell y'all, me and Sweetie Pie trying something new today. Y'all probably noticed we not in the shop. We're actually in what we call the art room. It's the room in our house right off the kitchen. And there's a big table. This is where I do my painting and stuff. So we kind of, this morning, we kind of worked on moving some stuff around and kind of made us a little studio area to shoot in. So, but anyway, all right, let me do this. First thing, the knife that I'm going to use today, I know I do this every day to show y'all, and I'm not throwing it up to you. I'm just showing you different knives I have. But this knife right here, this knife will never, this is the only knife you'll ever see like this. It's my Series 1 signature handle and blade in walnut. There's only one of these in existence, and this is it. These will never, these won't be made unless you call them special order. I'll never have these made and put in, because I just did it. That's just the way I do it. Because I do have one more walnut handle signature knife, and this is Series 4. So, and I have the two. I have them. So next week I'll use the 4, and I'll show you the 4. But anyway, this is what we're gonna use this week. And it's just, like I said, if y'all, those of y'all that have bought my knives, you've got one just like this. It's just in a maple handle. So, all right, get my calibrated measuring tool in the spot. All right. So the first thing we're going to do, folks, remember I told you we drew our ear blocks on the side of our head. So we got to bring them out, because your ears, sit out kind of separate from your head. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to take my favorite tool, which is my 10mm number 9 Swiss. Now, If you don't have one of these and you got one of them Drake Soft V 3 or half or 3/8, you can do it with that, or you know, a little bit bigger number 11 or something, or whatever you got. And all you're gonna do is I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna run the top, and I'm gonna take that out right there on top, and I'm gonna go about 3 cuts down, and then we may come do it again. Then, all right, now this cut, I don't want to come way back here and start the cut. I want to start the cut on this line right here, because this is going to be his jawbone line right here going down, y'all. Okay, so we want to maintain this line right here. It actually kind of curves right there. So I'm going to start my cut right here and go back. So we come in and I put my gouge on that line and I go back about 3 times. See how I did that? Now I'm going to turn it like this, and you might can see that ear start popping out. Can you see that ear popping out?
Yep, a little bit.
All right, now. And then all we do is we come across the back like this and take the back of that ear out about 3 times. Then you start seeing that ear pop out from the back of the head. All right, now, before we do anything else, let's go over here to the other side and do the same thing. About 3 times right there. And then we're going to catch that line on the bottom of that ear, and we're going to do about 3 times there, like that. All right. Then we're going to come up the back like that. Now, you see that? All righty. Now, I'm going to draw this first, and I'm going to show it to you folks. What I want to do is this part down here where his jawbones and is, I want to leave it kind of fat. So, but I want to leave this, I'm going to kind of do his head shape kind of sort of like that. All right? So then take my knife and then I'm going to do a curl cut right on top of the ear like that. Go ahead and take that out. Then we'll come over here to this side. And take that. Let's see. Let me get a little bit more right here. Okay. Now, can you see that right, sweetie pie? All right, y'all see how the ears are starting to come out and his head's starting to come in, but I'm gonna leave this kind of wide down here. But I don't want to take this in too far, because we're gonna have some hair right here, okay? Now, one thing we got to do right here on the back of the head. First of all, we got to angle this in a little bit, and then we want to come. If you look at the back of somebody's neck, you know, and it helps to study people. You know, if you got somebody you can look at, and if they like you enough to let you look at them.
Probably wouldn't do good on like a stranger.
Yeah, I wouldn't just go up to a random stranger at the grocery store. Hey, dude, I like the way your nose looks. Let me look. You might get bopped in your nose, okay? Nowadays, you probably get bopped. But, you know, everybody might have them a sweetie pie and say, hey, let me look at your neck, you know, whatever. But anyway, so, yeah, we are. So, right here on the back of the neck, and there's little Roxy.
Hey, Rox.
We want to take the back of the neck kind of scoops in right here a little bit, okay? So what we want to do is, first thing I want to do is kind of angle the back of that head in a little bit and kind of round kind of start rounding the top of that head over. All right, so now we want to come in right here, and you might can curl cut it with a knife like that. All right, Roxy, Odin,
That's Odin.
go get you can't be in the movie picture today, son. The little camera hogs. Just kind of. No, now he wants to play.
He's throwing his toy.
No, I know he is.
I don't know this video.
All right, so you kind of see how we did that right there. Okay, you see that?
I can.
Okay, now I want to kind of angle this down a little bit, like that on that side, and a little bit right here on this side. And that's just a little piece of that we left in there a while ago. Okay, see how we did that?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this part right here behind the ears on the back of the head, all you're going to do is just kind of round that off a little bit. Because that's going to end up being hair, okay? Now, okay. Now you can start kind of seeing the head shape a little bit. Okay. Now, if you notice, right here on the front, his nose looked like he got a big old eagle beak out there, okay? Well, we're going to take this out a little bit right here. We're going to take a little bit of that off where it ain't so. Okay, now I want to draw my center line back in there on that face, like that right there. Okay, so now if you look, this ear on this side is poking out just a tad bit more than that side. So I'm going to take my favorite tool again, and I'm just going to do one more, kind of like that, kind of even them up. That looks about right now. Just kind of even them up a little bit. All right, now when, there we go. All right, now when we took that point off right there, we need to bring this forehead back a little bit more. So just take your knife and just kind of angle everything back a little bit more, okay? Just like that. And then the same thing down here underneath the nose and the neck. Just kind of angle it back into the chest a little bit more. And then come back from the chest and clip that off. Just like that. Now you can see how that head, see his nose isn't as pointed anymore, but his nose, you still see how his head is, okay? Now, let's do this real quick, because this might mess some people up. Let's take some of these pencil marks and saw marks off. So right here, this part right here that's still flat on top of the head, let's kind of,
Curving it.
yeah, just kind of round it over a little bit more and take them saw marks out. Get rid of them saw marks and pencil marks and all. So from this point forward, by taking all these off, we're pretty much going to put a fresh pencil mark on everything. And as we put a fresh pencil mark on everything, we are going to cut that pencil mark and go ahead and take it on out. Okay? So, now All right, now I want to put my center line back here in the front. Okay. I'm not really worried about the back anymore because the back of the head is pretty well established. So I'm not really worried about running that center line back to the back anymore. So, but what we want to do right here before, we're going to do a couple of things and then we're going to, so first thing I want to do, I want to come right back in here. Remember I told you about that line being the jaw line? All right, we're going to make a cut there. And we're going to make a cut here. And then the back of the hairline is going to be about like that, something like that. All right, so we're going to establish the neck because all that looks poofy or looks bulky right now. We're going to establish that neck in a minute. And then I'm going to come back up here to the front. Now, I'm going to put the lines in here for the nose. Now, in character carving, you can fudge on this a little bit, but in reality, everybody's nose pretty well their brow line here. Let me turn around and then I'll draw it on here so I can see it. Their brow line and the bottom of the nose. This is going to be the eyebrow line, and this is the bottom of the nose. And if you look, the bottom of the nose pretty well lines up with the bottom of the ear, and the eyebrow line pretty well lines up with the top of the ear. So if you go to the mirror and look at yourself, or look at whoever sitting inside of you or whatever, or look, and you'll pretty much see that, okay? But what I want to do first, I want to establish the neck part. So I'm going to use my 6mm number 11, and I'm going to come right here, right there at that ear, right there at the bottom of the ear, right there where that jaw line is drawn, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to peel it out like that, real easy down into the neck. Okay, and then you take your knife and run in there and clip that chip out. All right, see how that, can you see that okay, sweetie pie?
I can see it, yep.
All right, now this is the back of the jawbone right here, right in here. This is the back of the jawbone. In character carving, when you look at that figure from the back, when you look at it from the back, you won't see them jawbones sticking out from the neck. That's another thing too on a human being. Mm-hmm. If you look at them from the back, you see the jawbone sticking out from the side of the neck.
Mm-hmm.
All right, same thing on this side. Come in there about 3 good whacks with that number 11. And then go in there and nip it off. All right, now you can start seeing them jawbones come out. Can you see that clear?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna take and curl that back in right there a little bit. I'm just curling that jawbone in right there a little bit. All right, so now we got to bring out his hairline and his neck. All right, so whatever depth you went in right here at the cheek, that's how deep you're going to go back here, about like that right there on each side, okay? So what I do first is take my favorite tool and I come back in there and I take that out. Same thing on this side. And that's going to bring the bottom of that ear out some too. All righty? You see that all right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, all right, now that we used the favorite tool, all right, excuse me, folks. That's going to be the width of your neck right there. That's the width of your neck. But we got to go in some right here to make it look right, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that 6mm number 11 and I'm gonna come up here, or we can probably use, yeah, there we go. Favorite tool does good too with it.
And which is your favorite tool?
I ain't even gonna tell you. Why don't you tell them? You've heard me say it enough, sweetie pie. Why don't you tell them? Come on. You know it. It's a 10mm number 9.
I was gonna say an 11.
Well, you'd have been close. I mean, there ain't a whole lot of difference in a 9 and 11. The only difference in a 9 and 11 is the height of the walls on the gouge.
Yeah.
A 9's a little bit more shallow than an 11. All right, there you go, right there. See how we brought that neck out, folks? See that neck in there now? And I'll show it to you from the side. All right, now, don't worry about this right now, because we're going to have to come back and bring that collar line and all out. We're going to have to clean this up right here on the back some more. Like that. Now I want to clean this up. I want to angle that jawbone. Like that right there. Alright. Now, we're going to make a little cut right here, a little shadow cut. Right there with that jawbone, right side that jawbone, we're going to take a little triangle out. And that triangle is going to establish right here. That's going to establish where that shirt collar stops. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to come right down the back of that jawbone like that right there. And I'm going to come right in here like that. And I'm going to knock that little bit of wedge out. And then I'm going to take my knife and roll it around the back of that neck. And then I'm going to come down. Now I can turn around this way. See how we letting that neck come apart from that shirt? You don't have to go real deep right here. You don't have to really take a whole lot out. Remember, that's just a shirt. There's not a lot of and then we're going to come right in here. Same thing like the other side. Right behind the jawbone. And take a little wedge out. Just like that. Can you see that okay in there? All right. Now, in a little while, we may come right in here and straighten this, bring this jawbone out a little bit more, which we might can go ahead and do that. And make it look a little straighter going down. Okay, like that. All right, now I'm gonna show you two more things, and then I'm gonna let you have it right there, because I think that's enough for this one. So I want to establish. Put the camera on me. I want to establish this line right here, which is the eyebrow line, the brow line, the top of the nose, and I want to establish this line, okay? And then we're going to stop, and next week we're going to bring all that out. So, it's real simple. First one I do, I always do the top one, and I just go straight in a little bit, and then I come back to the top of it like that. Okay, and then go straight back in. And you want to kind of try to keep it as straight as you can across that. And you can angle these out a little, angle these down a little bit out here on the end. Okay, like that. That brings out the top of that nose right there, okay? You don't have to go a lot right now. And then we're gonna come back down here at the bottom and we're gonna do us a stop cut. Wiggle that knife down in that stop cut. And then we're gonna come back. Now let me tell you something. When you make this first cut, go gentle, because you can pop that. This is running with the grain right here. So you wanna go just real easy till you get down in there a little bit, you know. And then you may have to come back and keep cutting that stop cut underneath that nose. Just like that. So let me show you something. Whatever depth you went in here, you want to go half here. Now I probably went a little bit more, but that you want to go, whatever you went here, go half here. So and then don't worry about this if this looks kind of ugly right now, because we're gonna round that up some more here. There we go. Once you get those cut, you can kind of shape this head a little bit more. Like that, and give him a little bit more head shape. Can you see that real good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now, we're gonna stop right there, folks, because next week, put it back on the card. Next week when we come back, I'm gonna draw the hairline in here, and we're gonna bring that, the hairline on the front, and we're gonna bring this nose out some, and we're gonna start getting a face in him next week. So maybe next week, one more shot, we'll have him a good head on there. So, but anyway, I hope that's been helpful to you. We shot another video earlier, and you know, and for some beginner tools and stuff like that. Oh, we can't play right now, son. Just chill out a minute. Youngins, I'm telling you, if I didn't have to get rid of Sweetie Pie, they'd be gone. But she'd have to go too, and I can't let that happen. So, but anyway, folks, we gonna get off here. Me and Sweetie Pie, I think we fixing to find us. I think we got us a little piece of stuff. I've been a good boy this week, so she's gonna let me have steak and scalloped taters this afternoon on the pellet grill. So anyway, I think we're gonna get off here and get ready to do that. We've enjoyed doing these with y'all and for y'all, and appreciate all the comments and subscriptions and everything y'all do and help us do. And it really has helped Sweetie Pie and I, because now we got a lot more ideas for stuff, things to, things to do and all that. And if Odin had thumbs, I'd teach him how to carve. He ain't got no thumbs, but anyway, big old knothead is what he is. But anyway, like I said, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. That's what we gonna do.
We do appreciate it. I just wanted to say we do appreciate everybody subscribing to our channel.
We do.
That definitely helps us to be able to grow, and then eventually we'll be able to go live. So that's the whole point. Yep. Or part of the point. But
Roxy never realized that she was a famous dog. Now she's famous now. She's been on YouTube. So, but anyway. Look here, we know we get crazy. It's just the way we are. So, but we do appreciate each and every one of y'all, and we enjoy doing this, and hope to have many more to do. Yep. Y'all go enjoy your Sunday, enjoy your families, and spend time with them. And
please let us know any ideas that you have, things that you want us to go over.
Let us know any ideas. You can comment on YouTube channel or send me a message on Facebook, or I think my email's out there somewhere around and about. You know, it's easy to get. So, but anyhow, me and Sweetie Pie's gonna get off here now. We did get a little red at the beach yesterday, and I mean,
like
not real bad, but you know, I'm gonna give you a tip. If you ever go to the beach, you might not think about it, but put sunscreen on the top of your feet.
Definitely.
Old Bart didn't do that yesterday. His feet's a little tender today. So, but anyway, they all right. They'll be all right. So, but anyway, y'all have a good Sunday. Enjoy yourselves. We'll be back next Sunday with probably some kind of shenanigans. Ain't no telling. So, y'all have fun, and me and Sweetie Pie's out. Bye-bye now.